But for our niche, such as gifting, I think going global was a very right decision to do because literally right now our global sales are 50%, which is like country to country when people order from Dubai to London, from New York to Sao Paulo, and to many other locations. Surprisingly, Dubai and Brazil have similar digital behavior
Wow.
because WhatsApp is one of their marketing channels. I would say it's very beneficial for us to work this way
Yeah.
because in a lot of countries like Brazil, Spain, France, UK, like people are not that eager to talk to foreigners or expats nowhere, no matter where. It's just like the trust is getting built much faster if you work with locals. I find it extremely important to respect the culture of their place where you'd like to expand your business to.
This is the Digital Shelf Insider podcast of Metriscart. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Digital Shelf Insider podcast of Metriscart. I'm your host, Shreshta, and this is the show where we dive deep into strategies, data, and insights shaping the future of global e commerce, retail media, and omnichannel growth. So, today we are tackling a challenge that every ambitious brand faces, which is scaling globally without losing your soul or your margins in translation. When you scale an e commerce brand to 50 plus countries, success requires much more than just translating your product descriptions or converting your currencies. It demands a radical understanding of what the distribution actually looks like to a shopper in London versus Spain versus Dubai. So it means knowing how to fight decision fatigue on an endless aisle and knowing exactly when to prune your catalog so your best products can actually shine. Joining me today to unpack all of this is someone who is doing exactly the same on a global stage. She's the force behind and driving international expansion and digital strategy at Udora. Let's welcome Ekaterina. Let's get started. Hi, all. Welcome back to the podcast. We have Ekaterina joining me today, and we're going to talk about all about Udora and expanded 50 plus countries and what are the kind of cultural nuances that take form in different parts. Welcome to the show, Ekaterina.
Hello, nice to meet you. So, my job is actually to make sure that we scale globally in all the markets and sustain the local touch in each of them.
Great. To give a little bit of, have an understanding of what Udora is all about, can you explain how it started and what's exactly Udora? What are the categories it caters to?
So Udora is their flowers and gifting marketplace.
Mm.
So we help people to spread love all around the world. And I love the concept. I actually chose to come to the company because I find it very precious to help people cherish the moments
Yeah.
and be able to send flowers and gifts wherever they are. Like you can order at your own city or you can send all across the globe,
Yeah.
and the distance is not a problem anymore. And that I think what makes us so special as a company that we started growing globally. Basically, from the very beginning, we started expanding, and it's always a big question for companies whether they should go global or start local. And there are advantages and disadvantages in each of them. But for our niche, such as gifting, I think going global was a very right decision to do because literally right now our global sales are 50%, which is like country to country when people order from Dubai to London, from New York to Sao Paulo, and to many other locations. And I find it beautiful that people have this possibility to find the opportunity to send, to choose the gift, to share it. And actually, our main job is to make sure that the receiver is happy, the person we never had been personally in touch with. So, like, there are a lot of nuances which we need to take into account. But basically, as I mentioned, like our main category is gifts, flowers, and we help people to send them within just a few minutes all around the globe.
Right. That sounds so special and warm. Um, Coming to a couple of questions that I have for you, moving beyond standard localization like the language and the currency, what is a specific example of a deep cultural nuance you came across while expanding Udora to 50 plus countries?
When we decided to go basically like all around the globe,
Yeah.
our main focus was to choose the right markets and make sure we do not expand the team to like 1,000 people, because operationally it would be unsustainable. And basically, when I came to the company, that was one of my the first things that I was doing is to make sure that the structure of the company give us the ability to scale.
Yep.
So, for example, what do we do now? We divide markets by their similarities.
Right.
So, for example, let's say, uh, surprisingly, Dubai and Brazil have similar digital behavior,
Wow.
because WhatsApp is one of their marketing channels, which is the first sound, like at first sounds surprising, but then when you prepare your marketing strategy, what channel, what campaigns you're gonna run, you can simultaneously prepare even with different intents. You can prepare the similar channels and that gives you the structure of preparing the campaigns. So basically, for us, their first step, like whenever we choose to go to the country, is to check whether we are able to get the local shops in the country. Then the next step would be, okay, are we able to provide those shops with the orders? And then if we can scale. So those are the biggest questions we need to ans- ask ourselves, like, do we follow these parts? Okay, if so, then we can scale. And for many companies, they're going global. They often spend a lot of money in marketing thinking that this market is going to work for them.
Yeah.
But what's the most important is whether you actually able to get the first purchase, and if you can actually build retention.
Yeah. Definitely. Now, talking a little bit about the pricing strategies, how do you balance maintaining a premium brand value with adapting to local purchasing power and economic realities of, vastly very different regions?
We do not control the pricing at all.
Got it. Yeah.
That's one of the beautiful things for our business. It's like it's good and bad at the same
Yeah.
time. We we do not control it because we allow sellers to actually put their own prices. That allows to be usually in the market price range. But we had some issues, let's say, in Turkey, for example,
Yeah.
when they have this big marketplace, Chicksperi,
Yeah.
which has like the lowest prices. So when the sellers started getting to Udora, they thought that they're just gonna put like the price for the similar bouquet
Yeah.
for like 10 times higher, and people would buy. Nobody would buy from it. Like, come on, like there is an adequacy in pricing. So when we notice something like this, that sellers are trying to abuse
Yeah.
their their clients, the fact is just they don't get any orders, because there would be shops with their actual market price, and clients have the ability to choose the other shop.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And they don't need to, they like, if they see, for example, okay, they want to order red roses, and they see one shop just put the pricing for this the same bouquet for like 1,000 USD, and that one for 10, like, come on, like,
Yeah.
you, which one you gonna pick, you know? Okay, probably not 10, but you get the
Yes.
point.
Right. In global e-commerce, product adaptation can easily spiral into high operational costs. So, how do you decide when a product needs it's a cultural redesign that it needs, or is just a local positioning or storytelling that would help to sell it better?
The thing is, whenever you, it's not about their storytelling, it's about ability of understanding the culture of the country and the digital behavior. you do not need to, in our case, you don't need to say the story in order to sell,
Yeah.
because the gifting is the base is I would say it's a basic need
Yeah.
of the modern society. It's quite common all around the world. We give gifts for birthdays. We give gifts for Saint Valentine's. In many countries, there are more holidays in that exist. In others, it doesn't exist. Like so, there are there are some cultural differences depending on the market. But all in all, the behavior of gifting exists pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
And for us, the most important is to consider these differences.
Yeah.
So, for example, not to try to advertise Mother's Day uh, in the United States while it's in the UK,
Yeah.
because they have it. Two countries have it on different dates.
Yes.
And or for example, if it's common to give red roses in Dubai
Yeah.
or Saudi Arabia, then but it's less common in Spain.
Yeah.
So we need to take these things into account, and then we don't need to create any particular stories, because the main point for us is that we bring people more happiness. Like we make their special moments easier, because you know this annoying uh, feeling when you're trying to find the gift for your friend or your husband or somebody and you you think of it, like if you don't know, for example, you want to surprise them, and then you can't find it,
Yeah.
and it's already driving you mad that like you cannot, you want to do something good, but you get already so tired
Yeah.
of this searching that like it's already like you're not getting like any pleasure from it, no
Yes.
joy. And this shouldn't be like that. It has to be simple, it has to be easy, so like you enjoy the process of gifting and the other person received it without any trouble. Then it makes life way much easier, and the joyful, it's like when you get to a five-star hotel, for
Yeah.
example, you expect that everything going to be smooth.
Yeah.
With gifting, uh, we provide this service for all kinds, for all kinds of categories,
Yeah.
from premium to uh like uh less than 30 USD
Yeah.
options, you know but this service stays the same. That's the beauty of it.
That's just so true what you said, that we shouldn't get tired looking for a gift when the day arrives, whatever the occasion is. It shouldn't feel like, oh my God, I was just searching and searching, and this is what I felt like. It shouldn't
Right.
be, but it does happen when you don't have options like Udora out here. Mhm.
Exactly, and it's driving people mad,
Yeah, yeah.
when they're trying to find it, they cannot do it, and it's just like, come on, how much effort do we need to put into that?
Very right. Um, so yeah, we just spoke about decision fatigue, which is massive, and could also happen in the opposite way when there are too many products in a particular retailer site. So how do you navigate that kind of noise that could happen? You just mentioned that you have categories for a very low priced end or a high price. Like it's very well categorized. I would love to know more.
So when that depends on the market, first of all.
Yeah.
In some markets, we have more categories than the others. Like
Okay.
in all the markets, we normally have flowers and confectioneries. For example, you can send your friend flowers and a cake and balloons, for
Yeah.
example, like it's like a sweet surprise.
Nice.
In the bigger markets like UAE, Brazil, Spain, UK. Uh, I believe in the States as well, in
Yeah.
New York and LA. Like we have more categories than in other markets. There, we make sure that the person gets like first of all what they search, they're
Yeah.
gonna see in the,
Nice. Yeah.
because usually when people come from advertisement, they
Yeah.
expect to see what they just seen. That
Yeah.
creates the most smooth customer experience. Secondly, we put the categories on the top in the application to actually to make it easy. Like it's not rocket science.
Yeah.
These days most of their marketplace apps look more or less the same, and some people say that like, oh my god, it's so bad. In my opinion, it's not, because people have already habits
Yeah.
of how they choose it, where they need to see, and it's actually make it simple for people to do it. Like, if you open like three taxi apps, they're gonna look exactly the same.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's the beauty of it, because you do not need to overthink it.
Yeah.
With marketplaces, it's more or less the same. In our case, we just make sure that people see, okay, they're able to check, okay, are you looking for a gift for a birthday, or you're
Yeah.
looking for a gift for anniversary, or you're looking for a gift, for example, for a man, for a woman. Like, it depends. So we have this kind of categories. So we have pricing filters, and we have different categories like plants for home. Sometimes people like to just order them because we have a lot of flower shops,
Yeah.
and then people often order plants for themselves to their home, like, uh,
So cute.
like yeah, like ordering a gift for themselves, because it's actually quite convenient not to carry a big plant to your home
Yeah.
and get it delivered. You know,
Definitely. Yeah.
so like, yeah. So that's like, yeah, I would say it's a very straightforward user experience. Like, and we do not we're not trying to go outside of gifting. That's how we avoid the noise. Like, we do not, we're not Tamil, like, we don't put, like, I don't know, like cheap socks on our
Yeah.
advertising. We we put there's something that people actually are able to give to the other, depending on the market.
Interesting. Yeah. I also saw on the platform that you guys are expanding to different other categories also, like health and beauty. Tell me more about that.
So I wouldn't say like we expanded tremendously there. We're touching the market. We are right now talking to several brands to put it as certificates, because I think that's a very common easy gift. Like, you order flowers with certificate, for beauty. This, for example, what I would give to my friend.
Right.
And it would be nice to actually order it in the same app where I'm working.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Nice.
this kind of categories we're exploring right now. Uh, we are testing new categories, like we have home and decor,
Yeah.
perfume, uh, a little bit of jewelry for
Yeah.
GCC markets. Yeah, like, again, depends on the markets a lot.
Interesting. Uh, another part that I want to cover in this episode is about the team structure. This is very important for larger brands who are listening in, brand team members who are listening in, as well as small or mid-sized brands, because a lot of data, insights, information, seasonal events, all of this sits in silos within teams. So when you say Udora has expanded to 50 plus countries, how does your teams work internally so that, there's a lot of collaboration and aligned sort of work happening?
So that's often a question for the companies who go global.
Yeah.
They often make the very common mistake of hiring country managers too early,
Yeah.
and forgetting that usually the product is centralized. It's
Mhm.
one product. You do not have 10 products for 10 different markets.
Yeah.
And 10 country managers wouldn't be able to come and say, hey, I need this, I need that. Like, it would be just sort of a lot of
Noise.
efforts put into nowhere. Yeah, it would be just noise and like enormous backlog, and those tasks could never get prioritized.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So in our case, uh, we have one local team in Brazil
Yeah.
because of the time zone.
Right.
So that's the only country where we actually did this, and they work with Latam.
Yeah.
But the rest of the world is covered by the global team, and we have centralized marketing, we have centralized brand team, we have centralized product team. They're only people that we have in the field, let's call it this way, are
Yeah.
acquisition managers,
Mm.
people who work with the sellers,
Yeah.
because that's the part which is kind of I would say it's very beneficial for us to work this way,
Yeah.
because in a lot of countries like Brazil, Spain, France, UK, like, people are not that eager to talk to foreigners or expats nowhere, no matter where. It's just like the trust is getting built much faster if
Yeah.
you work with locals. So it's just how it is. Like it's not right, it's not wrong, it's just how it is. In Dubai, for example, the story is different. Dubai, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But in many in the States as well, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But in many markets, it's just like the content gets so much easier and smoother. So for many markets, we have the local acquisition managers who work with the shops, and that also help us to be in touch with the market closer. We see, okay, what's happening there, because sometimes like it's for our brand team, it's impossible to get aware of something that happened in Portugal,
Right.
or like the smaller market that that we're presented in. So the local managers, like they can post in our trends channel where like, okay, that's what's happening right now. Hey guys, like what about like this shop shared this? Like what about probably we missed this holiday. So like the team works. We have like a very good collaboration between the teams. I would say we all of us work closely together, and that help us to not to grow the team, keep the local touch,
Yeah.
and being able to scale with this global touch, because with the local touch, sorry, because I find it extremely important to respect the culture of their place where you'd like to expand your business to.
Definitely. Yeah. So awesome. And you did mention somewhere around the beginning that, the digital characteristics or the consumer behavior between Brazil and Dubai is pretty familiar. What are the other unique consumer behavior patterns you have noticed working with these many countries, especially gifting
So
habits and everything?
gifting habits, yeah. So for example, in Turkey
Yeah.
and Brazil as well,
Yeah.
here they have the similar trends: last minute purchases.
Oh, impulse.
Just like, yeah, impulse, like very impulsive countries, I would say.
Yeah.
It's always, we know, like, okay, there is a holiday, and we
Yeah.
know that in UK
Yeah.
their sales gonna, for example, St. Valentine's, their
Yeah.
sales gonna be starting a week before.
Yes.
In Turkey, flat, like maybe a little bit somewhere, but like flat.
Yeah.
Then on the day, boom, like
Yeah.
everybody is buying, and it's very funny to observe these curves, of how like of their purchasing behavior of people, like when they choose
Right.
to, it's not just one person, like there's thousands of them
Thousands of them.
who share the same behavior,
Yeah.
and it's fascinating.
Right. What do you see in the US particularly? Are there more planned purchases happening, especially during holiday seasons?
I would say it depends a lot on the state, on the
Yeah.
city.
Yeah. Yeah.
New York last minute as well.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we speak about other states, like it's I think it depends, like if the city is more hectic,
Yeah.
like New York, LA, San Francisco, Boston, like then there it usually correlates with the Boston, not that much actually. Boston is like a little, like in, not last minute purchase.
Yeah.
But New York definitely like shows this habit of last minute buyers, because I think the city itself is very hectic. People are running, running, running all the
Yeah.
time, and it's like it's a part of their city culture, and it correlates with their gifting behavior as well.
Yeah. Was such a wonderful conversation with you, Ekaterina. I have one last question for you. What do you foresee coming in especially in the coming months? Because there is AI playing out, there's retail media networks, a lot of brands and are advertising. We have the holiday season also coming in. So, what do you think brands should be building for today to stay discoverable and you know have a meaningful impact for the consumer?
I would say brands definitely need to teach their teams to work with AI,
Yeah.
and being able to optimize the processes, because companies, uh, I wouldn't say like you have to go AI first, because that's a controversial topic these
Yeah.
days. Like you should, I believe, that AI cannot substitute people, but AI is an amazing tool to optimize your work,
Yeah.
to optimize the process, and deliver things much faster. And educating your teams is crucial these days, because otherwise you're going to stay behind.
Yeah.
And even if your team members are not there yet, they may be like, oh my God, they're piled with work. You need to help them, motivate them to actually show them that it would make their life easier. And if people are managers, it's their job to do so.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't, like, of course you can look for these unicorns who are self-motivated people, but the vast majority get the jobs like to go to work, to feed their families, and they are not looking for like overworking. And
Yeah.
when you have your daily tasks, you need to do it like overtime. So
Yeah.
as a manager, you need to schedule during their work days those educational, like for AI, if you want your company to work faster. I think that that would make every company grow faster as well.
Yeah.
Another thing is that I I don't know when agentic AI and if it's gonna become a thing in the marketplaces, but AI search, AI filters, AI customer support, that's already kind of a basic features that people expect to see in the apps. And the companies who fail to do so, I think they're gonna be left behind. Also, personalization with AI that helps. And you need to, because AI just does it faster. You can build amazing algorithms, but AI just able to optimize much more data than a human. You need to utilize these beautiful things into in our ability right now.
Yeah. Automation is the way forward for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ekaterina, for taking out the time today. What a wonderful conversation, and it's something that we've not widely covered. It's more of e-commerce and brands that we do. So very different episode. I'm sure our audience would love it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Pleasure is mine.